pants are too tight. Hey guys, it's Nina, and today I am going to do the reader problems tag. I found this tag on Hardback Hoarder's channel, so I will link her down below if you are interested in checking her channel out, which I highly recommend because she is pretty awesome. So the first question is, you have 20,000 books on your TBR. Relatable. How in the world do you decide to read next? What to read next? Okay, well, I have like 1 billion books on my TBR, so I know the feeling. I just kind of go with the flow. I pick up whatever I feel like reading. And if there's something really popular that I can find at my library that's been going around on booktube, I usually pick that up just to see what the hype is about and to see if I like it personally. But yeah, in the past I have tried to put a few books in a jar and pick out what I want to read next, so that's also an idea. Number 2 is, you're halfway through a book and you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? Usually I'm committed. I don't like to DNF books a lot, so usually I will finish it. But if it's really, really terrible, I mean, I can quit it. I don't have a problem DNFing books anymore. I just don't like to do it often. Number 3, the end of the year is coming and you're so close, but so far away on your Goodreads reading challenge. Do you try and catch up, and how? Yes, I usually try and catch up. I will set an amount of pages that I want to read that day and try my hardest to read that amount of pages to get my books up. And if I really, really want to rush it, I will try and pick shorter books to add on to the challenge. So yeah. Okay, number 4 is, words of a series you love do not match. How do you cope? I deal with it. I don't really care if they match or not. I mean, I prefer them to match because it just looks nicer, but I don't have a huge issue with it. So number 5 is, everyone and their mother loves a book that you really don't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? I usually just find unpopular opinion tags and rant myself in there because I don't really have a lot of friends that are huge bookworms, so yeah. Okay, number 6 is, you're reading a book and you're about to start crying in public. How do you deal? Well, I don't often read in public, so that's not a huge issue, and I don't usually cry hardcore during books, so that's okay. But if I need to cry, I'll cry in public. I don't have a problem with that. Number 7 is, a sequel of a book you love just came out, but you've forgotten a lot from the prior novel. Will you reread the book, skip the sequel, try and find a synopsis on Goodreads, cry in frustration? Maybe a little bit of all. I don't usually like to reread books, so I usually don't read the first book unless the whole series is out already. I don't usually start reading a series. Unless I really love the first book, I don't think I'd even try and finish it, the series, if I don't remember the first book. But if I really did love the first book, I would just try and continue with the series, and if I was really lost, I'd reread the first book, so. Okay, number 8, you do not want anyone borrowing your books. How do you politely tell people nope when they ask? I'm just like, no. Oh, sorry, I don't own that book. Oh, yeah, I own that book, but it's in a high security vault, so you can't touch it. Sorry. Yeah, I hate people touching my books. Most of the time when I mention I'm a bookworm to any of my friends, I do tell them straight up I don't lend out books, so that I never have to tell them no when they ask, so. Number 9, you're reading ADD. You've picked up and put down 5 books in the last month. How do you get over your reading slump? Usually I just take a break from reading, and when I feel the urge, I will get back into it. Or if I really feel the pressure to read, I will pick up something that is fast-paced, maybe short, something fantasy, something that I can get into really fast and action-filled and be hyped up for. Number 10, there are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy? Okay, I don't have a bookstore really close to me, and I don't drive, so there's no way for me to get to a bookstore, so I usually don't buy new releases. I get new releases from the library, or I don't get them usually unless I see them when I go out to an outlet store, which is also not close to me. I have to drive there, and I don't drive, so I usually don't buy the books. And the last question is, after you've bought the new books you can't wait to get, how long do they sit on your shelf before you get to them? Well, I've had some books sitting on my shelf for like 3+ years. And then other ones I buy and immediately read, so it depends on the book itself, it depends on my reading mood, and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye!